Today's video is brought to you by Enjoy the Ride Records. Enjoy the Ride is a really cool record label that specializes in vinyl re-releases of all genres. They have awesome records like True Romance, Men in Black, Ace Ventura, and tons of other cool stuff. So check out their link in the video description down below and use discount code VINYLIZE during checkout to get 10% off. Okay, one of the main things that makes a good movie a great movie is the soundtrack. So today we're going to be checking out the top film soundtracks that we can get on vinyl. Stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome back to Vinylize. I am Jarrett New, and today we're going to be talking about the top film soundtracks that you can get on vinyl. Also, because this list is completely my opinion, I chose the music from the movies that I personally really like. Now, before we dive in, I just want to let you guys know that today's song of the day is 19 to 2000 by Gorillaz. And if you have a suggestion for a song of the day, post it in the comments down below, and you might see it in a future video. Alright, so let's talk soundtracks. Number 10, The Big Lebowski. This first soundtrack really ties the room together. And that's because it features songs from Bob Dylan, Elvis Costello, Nina Simone, and it also has Kenny Rogers. Shut up, Donnie. But yeah, it also has Kenny Rogers. Also, there's two separate versions of this record available. There's the standard black vinyl and a special record store day release on white Russian colored vinyl. So you might be able to find that one if you kind of dig around a little bit. But overall, this is a must-have record for any collection. But, you know, that's just like, my opinion, man. Number 9, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. And now we can get the soundtrack on 180-gram vinyl. So it comes pressed on either black, Winchester Ale, or Strawberry Swirl colored vinyl. Now, what's interesting about the soundtrack is that there aren't songs per se on this record, but rather the entire score of the film. And overall, that score has kind of a spooky atmosphere. So if you love the movie, drop that needle, have a nice cold pint, and wait for the zombie apocalypse to all blow over. Number 8, The Matrix. The Matrix is one of the coolest sci-fi movies ever made, and now we can own the soundtrack on a special red record, blue record gatefold release, which looks really beautiful. Now, the music used in the soundtrack itself is awesome. We get everything from Marilyn Manson, Ministry, Prodigy, Rob Zombie, Deftones, Rammstein, and Rage Against the Machine. So if you're a big hard rock fan, this is definitely the soundtrack to pick up. So, you choose the blue record, you stop watching this video and spin whatever you want to spin, or you'd pick the red record, the video continues, and we check out more awesome soundtracks. Pick the red record, friends. Number 7, The Shawshank Redemption. The Shawshank Redemption is one of my 3 perfect movies of all time. The other 2 being Forrest Gump and The Count of Monte Cristo, the Jim Caviezel version. Now, this Shawshank release is similar to the Shaun of the Dead record, being that the soundtrack is also the film's score from Thomas Newman, and he does a fantastic job. I think his use of classical instruments, and especially violins and cellos on this soundtrack, really add to the emotional depth of the movie. Also, it doesn't hurt that the story itself is flawless. So being that I love the movie so much, I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the soundtrack in the near future. Number 6, Rushmore. Rushmore is kind of a weird, quirky film, but I really like it, and personally, I think it's Wes Anderson's best movie. And one of the reasons why I believe it's so good is the director's use of music to kind of enhance certain scenes, like the opening yearbook montage, for example. So on this record, we get music from bands like The Kinks, Cat Stevens, Creation, The Who, and John Lennon. So overall, it's a nice kind of random eclectic mix, and if you're a fan of the movie, you should definitely pick it up. Number 5, Forrest Gump. This release is a little more rare, but if you do manage to come across it online, you should definitely run Forrest run to the checkout and buy it because it's awesome. It comes on 3 LPs, which are on red, white, and blue colored vinyl, and it features songs from classic artists like Elvis Presley, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Aretha Franklin, the Beach Boys, Bob Dylan, the Mamas and the Papas, the Doors, Simon and Garfunkel, Jefferson Airplane, the Youngbloods, the Byrds, Three Dog Night, the Supremes, Willie Nelson, and tons of other fantastic artists. It's a really, really great mix. So overall, it's a fantastic movie and equally fantastic soundtrack. Number 4, Dazed and Confused. Well, alright. The Dazed and Confused soundtrack is on vinyl. Have you picked it up yet? No? It'd be a lot cooler if you did, because it comes with 2 colored LPs and features songs like Slow Ride by Foghat, School's Out by Alice Cooper, Stranglehold by Ted Nugent, Cherry Bomb by The Runaways, and of course, Paranoid by Black Sabbath. So pick up this fine record, drop the needle, and keep livin'. Livin'. Number 3, Kung Fury. I have a special place in my heart for this soundtrack because I'm a huge fan of the 30-minute short film that debuted on YouTube in 2015. And after I saw that film and loved it, I quickly ran to their online store and snatched up a copy of the soundtrack on vinyl. Now, the main thing I like about this particular soundtrack is that all the music has this immaculate synthwave feel to it. When you drop the needle, you're basically transported to the 1980s. On the record, we get retro artists like Mitch Murder, Betamax, Lost Years, and even a special track sung by David Hasselhoff himself. Yeah, it's pretty great. Now, unfortunately, the version that I bought is currently sold out. However, it looks like there's a new release coming up that you can pre-order, and it's going to have even more music. So that version might be the one you'd want to pick up. Also, the artwork is awesome. Number 2, Pulp Fiction. The only thing better than a Royale with cheese or a $5 milkshake is this soundtrack. And that's because it's a savory mix of songs by artists like Al Green, Kool and the Gang, Urge Overkill, Dusty Springfield, and many others. Also, we even get little audio sound bites of Samuel L. Jackson's dialogue from the movie, which is pretty cool because that also includes the infamous Ezekiel 25:17 monologue. So don't be a... and pick up this soundtrack. Number 1, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is one of the best, most realistic, most gritty superhero movies to come out of Hollywood in recent memory. And if you've seen it, you'll never forget Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. And if you haven't seen it, then you've probably been living under a rock since 2008. But basically, it's a fantastic movie, and the music makes it even better. The score was composed by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, and they did a fantastic job. So overall, it comes on 2 LPs of standard black vinyl, has 4 sides, and basically, I feel like it's the perfect complement to the movie. So if you see it in the crate at your local record shop, I highly recommend you pick it up. Now, what do you guys think about this list, and which vinyl soundtracks do you personally really like? Let us all know down in the comments below, and if you love vinyl, be sure to subscribe and smack that notification bell so you won't miss the new videos. And most importantly, friends, have a great day, and keep spinning that vinyl.